Picture this. You're stuck in traffic, late for a crucial meeting, your phone buzzing with notifications, and your mind racing with 1,000 what-ifs. Your heart pounds, your palms sweat, and you feel like the world is closing in. Sound familiar? In today's non-stop, hyper-connected world, stress isn't just a feeling, it's a lifestyle for too many of us. But what if I told you that you could find unshakable peace no matter how chaotic life gets? Not by escaping to a tropical island, but by mastering your mind right here, right now. Welcome to Sophia's Stoicism, where we dive deep into ancient wisdom to live better today. In this video, I'm sharing 10 Stoic habits, practical, life-changing tools that will help you calm your mind, conquer stress, and reclaim your inner peace. Stick with me until the end because I'm also sharing a personal story that changed how I see stress forever. Type "I'm ready for peace" in the comments and let's dive into the Stoic path to a calmer you. Why Stoicism matters today. Before we jump into the habits, let's talk about why Stoicism, a philosophy born over 2,000 years ago in ancient Greece and Rome, is more relevant than ever. In a world of endless notifications, 24/7 news cycles, and pressure to have it all, our minds are under siege. Stoicism, founded by thinkers like Zeno and honed by Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, teaches us that peace doesn't come from perfect circumstances. It comes from how we respond to life's chaos. The Stoics believed that while we can't control the world, we can control our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. That's the secret to a stress-free mind, and it's what we'll explore today. These 10 habits aren't just theory, they're practical tools I've tested in my own life, and I'll share stories and examples to show you how they work. Let's begin with the foundation of Stoic wisdom. Habit 1. Master the art of control. The first habit is about drawing a line in the sand. What can you control and what can't you? Imagine you're running late for a job interview because of a sudden rainstorm. You're soaked, the bus is delayed, and you're fuming. But here's the Stoic truth. You can't stop the rain or speed up the bus. Getting angry only adds a headache to your already tough day. Epictetus, a former slave turned Stoic sage, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This habit saved me during a chaotic week last year when I was juggling a deadline, a family emergency, and a broken laptop. I was spiraling until I paused and asked, what can I actually control? I couldn't fix the laptop instantly or resolve the family issue, but I could control my focus on the deadline. By letting go of the rest, I felt lighter, clearer, and got the work done. Personal story. A few months ago, I was organizing a community event when everything went wrong. Caterers canceled and the venue double booked. I wanted to scream, but instead, I took a deep breath and listed what I could control: rescheduling vendors, communicating with guests, and staying calm. The event wasn't perfect, but it happened, and people still had a great time. That's Stoicism in action, focusing on your response, not the chaos. How to apply. Next time stress hits, pause for 10 seconds. Ask, can I control this? If yes, act. If no, let it go. Write down one thing you can control today. Maybe it's your effort, your words, or your attitude, and focus there. This simple shift is like a mental compass guiding you through any storm. Habit 2. Clear your mind with journaling. Ever lie awake at night, your mind buzzing with to-do lists, regrets, or worries? That's your brain begging for a release. Stoicism offers a solution. Write it down. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, used journaling to stay grounded amidst wars and political turmoil. His meditations, private notes to himself, are now a Stoic masterpiece. Writing isn't about crafting poetry, it's about unloading mental baggage. When I started journaling, I was skeptical. I thought, how can scribbling thoughts help? But after a week of jotting down my worries, work stress, a friend's misunderstanding, even small frustrations like a messy kitchen, I noticed my mind felt quieter, like I'd dusted off a cluttered shelf. Science supports it. Studies show that expressive writing reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, by helping your brain process emotions. It's like giving your mind permission to rest. Personal story. Last year, I was overwhelmed planning my channel's content calendar. Ideas swirled, but I couldn't focus. One night, I grabbed a notebook and wrote everything: fears about failing, excitement about new videos, even random thoughts about dinner. The next morning, I felt clearer and created one of my best videos yet. Writing didn't solve everything, but it gave me space to think. How to apply. Tonight, spend 5 minutes writing whatever's on your mind. Don't edit or judge, just let it flow. Use a notebook, your phone, or even a sticky note. Try listing 3 things stressing you out and 1 action you can take. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. Habit 3. Embrace the temporary nature of life. Stress often feels eternal, like a dark cloud that will never lift. But Stoicism reminds us, this too shall pass. Every emotion, every hardship is temporary. J.K. Rowling's story is a perfect example. She wrote Harry Potter in a dingy cafe, broke and unknown, but kept going because she believed the struggle wouldn't last forever. Today, she's a global icon. This habit isn't about ignoring pain. It's about seeing it as a passing storm, not a life sentence. Personal story. When I lost a close friend to a misunderstanding, I thought the pain would define me. I replayed our last conversation endlessly, feeling guilty and stuck. Then I remembered the Stoic idea of impermanence. I asked myself, will this hurt as much in a year? The answer was no. That perspective didn't erase the pain, but it gave me permission to move forward, to reach out, and eventually rebuild that friendship. Science insight. Neuroscience shows that acknowledging the temporary nature of emotions lowers cortisol levels, calming your nervous system. It's like telling your brain, this isn't a permanent threat. How to apply. Next time you're overwhelmed, pause and say, this too shall pass. Write down 1 challenge you're facing and imagine how it might feel a year from now. This small shift pulls you back to the present and loosens stress's grip. Habit 4. Unplug to reconnect with yourself. Our phones are stress machines. Endless notifications, viral videos, and comparison traps. Stoicism teaches us to filter what enters our minds. A digital detox, even for an hour, can reboot your attention and restore calm. Cal Newport, a professor who ditched social media, proves you don't need constant connectivity to thrive. He focuses on deep work, and his clarity inspires me to limit my screen time. Personal story. I used to check my phone first thing every morning. Emails, comments, news. It left me frazzled before breakfast. One day, I decided to leave my phone off for the first hour of my day. I sat with my coffee, watched the sunrise, and felt a calm I hadn't known in years. That hour became my sanctuary, and now I guard it fiercely. Science insight. Overstimulation from screens spikes dopamine, tricking your brain into craving more while draining focus. A 2019 study found that reducing screen time by just 30 minutes daily improves sleep and mental clarity. How to apply. Try a 1-hour digital detox today, maybe during lunch or before bed. Turn off notifications, put your phone in another room, and do something simple. Read, walk, or just sit. Notice how your mind settles. Share in the comments, what's the hardest part of unplugging for you? Habit 5. Build resilience through discomfort. Stoicism isn't about avoiding stress. It's about training your mind to handle it. By facing small, controlled discomforts, you teach your brain to stay calm in bigger storms. Epictetus, who endured slavery, said, "Difficulties show a person's character." David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL, embodies this with his 40% rule. When you feel like quitting, you've only used 40% of your potential. Personal story. I started taking cold showers last winter, not for fun, but to test my limits. The first 10 seconds were brutal, but I focused on my breath and told myself, I can handle this. After a month, I noticed I was less rattled by daily stressors, like a rude email or a missed deadline. Those cold showers built a mental muscle I didn't know I had. Science insight. Exposure to mild stress, hormesis, strengthens neural pathways, making you more resilient to bigger stressors, per a 2020 psychology study. How to apply. Pick one small discomfort today. Skip the elevator, take a cold shower for 30 seconds, or walk in the rain. Each time, tell yourself, I'm training my mind. Over time, you'll feel steadier when life gets tough. Habit 6. Own your morning, own your day. How you start your day sets the tone for everything else. If you grab your phone first thing, you're letting the world dictate your mindset. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive." Planning your day with intention protects that privilege. Personal story. I used to wake up to a flood of emails and social media alerts, feeling behind before I even got out of bed. Then I tried a Stoic morning ritual, 5 minutes to write 3 priorities for the day: work, a walk, and calling my mom. That small act gave me control, and I felt calmer even on hectic days. Science insight. Morning brainwaves are in a low beta state, making you receptive but vulnerable to chaos. Setting intentions early lowers cortisol and boosts focus, per a 2018 study. How to apply? Tomorrow, skip your phone for the first 5 minutes. Write down 3 things you want to accomplish, big or small. This act is like planting a flag in your day, claiming it as yours. Habit 7. Embrace life's imperfection. Perfectionism is a stress trap. Stoicism teaches us to act despite imperfection, as Reid Hoffman did with LinkedIn's basic launch. Epictetus said, "Wish that everything happens as it actually will." Accepting life's unfinished nature frees you to move forward. Personal story. When I launched Sophia Stoicism, my first videos were far from perfect. Bad lighting, awkward pauses. I almost didn't post them, fearing judgment, but I remembered that done is better than perfect. Those early videos got me feedback, and now I'm here, connecting with you. Science insight. Perfectionism increases anxiety by raising cognitive load, per a 2021 study. Acting despite imperfection builds confidence and reduces stress. How to apply. Start something imperfect today, a draft, a conversation, a project. Ask, will this matter in a year? If not, don't let fear stop you. Share your story of embracing imperfection in the comments. Habit 8. Silence overthinking with action. Overthinking is like a hamster wheel. It exhausts you without moving you forward. Stoicism says action, not rumination, restores clarity. Sheryl Sandberg's "Done is better than perfect" mantra echoes this. Personal story. I once spent weeks agonizing over an email to a collaborator, worried it wasn't right. The stress was paralyzing. Finally, I hit send, imperfectly worded and all. The response? They loved my idea. That taught me that action cuts through mental noise like nothing else. Science insight. Taking action shifts your brain from reactive to proactive mode, reducing anxiety, per a 2017 neuroscience study. How to apply. Next time you're stuck in overthinking, set a 5-second timer and do one small thing. Send a text, tidy a drawer, or start a task. Notice how the mental fog lifts. Habit 9. Memento Mori. Live with purpose. The Stoics used memento mori, remembering death, to focus on what matters. Steve Jobs said, "Remembering that you are going to die is the best way to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose." This habit isn't morbid, it's liberating. Personal story. After losing my grandfather, I realized I'd been putting off calling him, assuming there'd be time. That regret taught me to act on what matters now. Each morning I ask, if this were my last day, what would I prioritize? It's why I started this channel, to share wisdom that lasts. Science insight. Reflecting on mortality increases life satisfaction by focusing attention on meaningful goals, per a 2019 psychology study. How to apply. Write down one thing you'd do if today were your last day. Maybe it's calling a friend or pursuing a dream. Do it today. Let Memento Mori guide you to live fully. Habit 10. Find peace in simplicity. In a world of noise, simplicity is rebellion. Stoicism teaches us to find calm in what we control: a breath, a quiet moment, a simple meal. Epictetus said, "When you desire something outside your control, you make yourself a slave." Personal story. During a stressful move, I felt overwhelmed until I paused to sit with a cup of tea. No phone, just the warmth in my hands. That moment reminded me that peace is always within reach. Now I make time daily for one simple act: reading, walking, or just breathing. Science insight. Mindfulness practices, like focusing on simple acts, lower cortisol and enhance well-being, per a 2020 Harvard study. How to apply. Choose one simple act today. Savor a meal, watch the sunset, or take 10 slow breaths. Let it anchor you. Ask yourself, what's one simple thing that brings me calm? Share it in the comments. Lessons learned. Building a Stoic life. These 10 habits, distinguishing control, journaling, embracing impermanence, unplugging, facing discomfort, planning your day, accepting imperfection, acting against overthinking, remembering mortality, and finding simplicity, are bricks in a resilient mind. Stoicism isn't about escaping stress, it's about mastering your response to it. My journey with these habits transformed me from a stressed-out people-pleaser to someone who lives with intention. Final story. Last summer, I faced a career setback that shook my confidence. I felt like a failure, but these Stoic habits pulled me through. I journaled my fears, focused on what I could control, my effort, and took small actions daily. By accepting imperfection and remembering life's brevity, I rebuilt my path, not perfectly, but purposefully. Key takeaway. Peace isn't a destination, it's a practice. Pick one habit today, maybe journaling or a digital detox, and try it for 5 minutes daily. Over time, these small choices compound into a calmer, stronger you. What's one habit you're excited to try? Share it in the comments, and let's inspire each other. If this video resonated, hit the like button. It tells YouTube to share this wisdom with others who need it. Subscribe to Sophia's Stoicism for more Stoic tools to live intentionally, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next video. Let's keep growing together. Until next time, stay grounded, stay stoic, and choose peace.